Spectators caught engaging in such actions will be removed from the stadium and possibly arrested. Welcome to First Horizon Stadium here at Wakemed Soccer Park for tonight's match featuring the visiting Loudoun United FC and your North Carolina FC. And here are tonight's officials. Referee J.C. Griggs, assistant referee Nicholas Seymour, assistant referee Andrew Sherman, and fourth official John Rush. Time now to meet tonight's starting lineups. First for Loudoun United FC. Captain number 12, Andrew Skundrich. Goalkeeper number 23, Hugo Perot. Number 3, Keegan Tinney. Number 4, Thomas McCabe. Number 5, Giannis Learman. Number 6, Kwame Arua. Number 7, Wesley Leggett. Number 10, Florian Below. Number 11, Abdelatif Amakura. Number 14, Zach Ryan. And number 24, Jacob Wilson. Loudoun United are led by head coach Ryan Martin with assistant coaches Victor Lonchak and Jack Stefanowski.
It is a spectacular Saturday night in Cary, North Carolina for soccer. USL Championship style. Loudoun United FC won their opening game. North Carolina FC 1 week removed from a 1-1 tie right here against Pittsburgh. And hello, everybody. Dean Linke with the great Andrew Tate. And Andrew, 1 week removed, your thoughts on North Carolina FC?
It was a good point. I don't think they deserved a lot from the performance. To be honest, they can be a lot better. And I think speaking to the coaching staff, they said the standards, they just didn't hit them week one. So they'll be looking for a response today.
Last couple years, we've been spoiled with Olex Anderson Jr. We need more of him.
Absolutely. The 29-year-old St. Vincent the Grenadines forward. He scored 37 goals in his first 3 seasons here. And he'll be looking to break 50 goals, I think, this year. Trying to top the 13 he scored last year. He's a real live wire of forward. Didn't really get involved last week, so we'll be looking for him to be heavily involved in everything going forward today.
All right, Andrew, for Loudoun United, who do you have your eyes on?
Looking at the other end of the field for them, the strikers as well. Zach Ryan, He had a goal and assist in week 1, so he had the start to the season he was looking for. He's got 23 goals in his first 2 seasons with Loudoun United. He's a player that's great inside the box, so look for him today to be a fox sniffing around anything that Loudoun could supply him.
All right. With his mother's wishes, North Carolina FC head coach John Bradford will be on the sideline today. This morning, after a long battle with multiple illness, John's mom joined the Angels.
Hey, grab me one too.
Chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it alpaca.
With a family like that to take care of, the 2 of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are. So getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the 2 of you.
Touchdown! Woo! Mountain Dew.
Welcome back to First Horizon Stadium. The captains meet, and we're ready to roll. The North Carolina Courage in their home blue kits. Loudoun United FC in their visiting whites. Alongside Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Lincoln. Andrew, let's go to work and show everybody the starting lineups. We'll start with John Bradford's North Carolina FC.
Yeah, and one change for North Carolina FC. Evan Conway drops to the bench. He scored the only goal in a 1-1 tie last weekend. We expect to see him in the second half, maybe as an impact sub. But Rodrigo da Costa, the 31-year-old veteran Brazilian USL Championship forward, in his second season, he scored 7 goals and 5 assists. He'll come in to hopefully find that connection with Olex Anderson Jr. and supply what hopefully will be lots of chances for the forward. Finn Sundstrom continues at left centre-back, the Academy product, after a good defensive performance last week.
That starting lineup brought to you by United Bank, and Loudoun United FC's lineup also brought to you by United Bank.
And the only blemish on week 1 for Loudoun United was conceding in the second minute. Then goals from Erlinson, Abukura and Zach Ryan got them in the team of the week and led them to a 3-1 victory. So he's going with the exact same 11. 4-4-2 will be the formation, and they're looking to be dominating that midfield with McCabe and Skundrick, hoping to lead them to 3 points here in Carey.
And the top man for Loudoun United FC, Ryan Martin, spent time with Wake Forest. We've got a strong Demon Deacon connection here, but Ryan Martin's father, Jay Martin, the perhaps winningest coach in men's college soccer, just retired at Ohio Wesleyan, and he comes from an amazing family. And then, of course, John Bradford, his mom passing away this morning. I'm sure a lot on his mind. But the way I understand it, she's in a better place, and hopefully that means he's in a great place as well.
Yeah, my heart goes out to the family. John's a great man and obviously comes from a great family. Sometimes football can be a great distraction, take your mind off things. And from what we understand, his dad said his mother would want him to be out there coaching and doing what he does best. So we respect those wishes and wish John and the family all the best through this difficult time.
Three teams undefeated in the Eastern Conference: Detroit City, Louisville City FC, and the team in the white jerseys, Loudoun United FC, as we're underway at WakeMed Soccer Park, First Horizon Stadium, Cary, North Carolina, for North Carolina FC and Loudoun United FC. Only one change, as you mentioned, for North Carolina FC, and I think one of the things that you and I talked about before we got on the air is the understanding with DaCosta and Olex Anderson Jr., and then also what Conway can bring off the bench.
Yeah, absolutely. We just didn't see Olex Anderson Jr. get many opportunities to run in behind the Pittsburgh Riverhounds defense last weekend. He was very quiet, showed some good touches in the little that he got, but DaCosta's a great sort of supply man. He can find the ball in the pockets between the midfield and defense, and he will look to release the pacey Olex Anderson Jr. And Conway, like you said, real bright spark, live wire to bring into the game, so it's great to have that locked and loaded, ready when you need it.
Donovan sends it long. Coach Bradford, I think, very accurately described the tie against Pittsburgh as ugly. And sometimes that happens, and there was a 1-1 tie, but both goals were scored off mistakes.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things you hear all the time, like if a good team finds ways to get results when they play badly, and I think North Carolina would be quite happy if someone said they played badly last week. I don't think there'd be any arguments about that. But the key is they didn't lose, and there was very limited chances. They took the chance they got, and North Carolina on another day could have had another 1 or 2 goals on the day. Eric Dick made one fantastic save, and Summersall had a good chance in the second half. So despite not being at their best and hitting the standards they would hope, still ground out a good point against a strong Pittsburgh team.
Loudoun United FC on the far side from our broadcast perch. Sent long, and as it goes out of bounds, it's retro night on March 29th here at First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park. Enjoy a full night of throwbacks as North Carolina FC faces off against Charleston Battery. Get your tickets at northcarolinafc.com/tickets.
You got your outfit planned for that one, Dean?
It's fair to say I think about my outfit about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Andrew.
It doesn't show, does it?
Really?
No.
Very kind.
I was going to ask you your stylist was.
It's all about compensation at this point. I'm not talking about money. Olex Anderson Jr. looks like he's fouled right there, and it's going to be dangerous. And a yellow card, too. All right.
Jacob Erlandson there getting 1v1 with Olex Anderson Jr. in a dangerous spot. Something we didn't see last week often enough. Isolated 1v1. It's a great touch inside from Olex Anderson Jr. And Erlandson gets that little nudge off Olex, grabs his shirt, and then the trip. I don't think he can have any complaints about that. And I think the yellow card is justified because it's a great look at the goal. And they've still got one here. Looks like DaCosta.
The yellow card
fancy this one.
to Loudoun United number 24, Jacob Erlandson, in the 4th minute.
Mikey Maldonado looks very interested in using his right foot. We have seen DaCosta, when he came on strong late in the season last year, we have seen him from this distance make something happen.
He's a moments man, I feel. You know, he's not going to be running his socks off and doing all the hard yards, but it's moments like this that I feel that's as the Brazilian enemies. He's got that magic. I think this favours the left footer as well, Dean, in my opinion.
Yeah, Mikey's just looking awful interested, but that might be part of the psych out here.
It's a big wall.
It's a 5-man wall with one behind the wall. It is the left foot. Yes! Oh, my! No, he missed it. Oh, I thought it was in, dude.
I couldn't tell what your reaction, you weren't sure there.
So it went over, hit the field boards, and came back.
Yeah, you can see the look. I mean, Rodrigo da Costa's got much better luck than you, and he looks absolutely mystified as well. He's running off, Dean.
Yeah.
He was running with you to the corner flag there. Unbelievable. I mean, it must be an absolute whisker away there. The fans seeing the replay as well. He thought it was a goal, so just that little bit too much whip on it and bend.
Well, I didn't get into the how about, so at least I held on for a second, Andrew.
Still in preseason mode, Dean. You'll get there. You better slow down.
I definitely got too excited right there.
See, I'm used to seeing my shots hit the advertising board, Dean, so I know that one all too well.
Well, to your point, though, like, he really does have the ability to hit cultured shots in big moments right there. Just not quite on target like I thought it was. 7 minutes in.
I mean, when the guy looking right down the barrel of it, Dean, thinks he scored, I think you can be excused.
All right. Welcome to the 2025 USL Kickoff presented by Terminex. Throughout the month of March, the USL will be kicking off across the country. Join us for all the action on ESPN and CBS Sports platforms. Donovan, back home. Spent time here, then went to different markets. Spent time in Sacramento, where they've always got a pretty good team and a great fan base. Here's Olex Anderson Jr. Scott DaCosta. He's going to come all the way across. It's knocked out of there. Certainly like the start here for the home team, though, North Carolina FC, Andrew.
Yeah, we've seen more in the first 7 minutes here, Dean, than I think we saw in the 90 previous last weekend. So, just, yeah, the attitude, they're on the front foot. They look up for it. Already we've seen Olex Anderson Jr. get the ball 2 or 3 times and look like he's determined to open his account today.
Ryan Martin, the hat and the sports jacket look has kind of become his go-to. Louis Perez. He's knocked from behind.
And Loudoun didn't start last weekend the way they wanted, Dean. They gave up a goal really early in the 2nd minute to the Legion. So Ryan Martin a little concerned with how they've started now. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the Academy to the big leagues, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select products, specials and more. Select, the player's choice.
Mikey Maldonado. Sent in. Little header there. I think it might have been Olex. Sundstrom was also around, the Academy player. Converted to the defender and earns his 2nd start in a row. There's Colin Martin. I just call him Captain Consistency because you always kind of know what you're going to get, and he delivers it. DaCosta over to Cervania. Now back to Sundstrom. So obviously Sundstrom was involved in playing it back to that man there, Jake McGuire, but gets the start again and growing into being a defender, right?
Yeah, I mean, he looks the part, right? We talked about it week 1, Dean. I mean, just the confidence, his physique. There's so many positives to look at him, and he hasn't played centre back all that often, Dean. In the academy, he was an attacking player, and you see that a lot of the time with young players that are really talented. They start as an attacker, and then as they start to move up the higher levels, they start to get reverted back to some type of defender. But last weekend, I talked to the coaching staff that earlier communication with Jake McGuire last week would have been key, and then I think some of the body shape footwork from Sundstrom trying to deny Augie Williams, and it's just a mess all around.
There is Sundstrom. Wow, plays a lovely ball to DaCosta, who also plays a ball that not every player can play. It wasn't successful in finding Olex Anderson Jr., but that's the kind of play that DaCosta can just flat out make.
Well, you can just see the connection between the two of them now. They're talking now just after that touch. And they've got a relationship and understanding. A little high five between the two of them now. DaCosta likes the run and Anderson likes the idea. Just wasn't executed exquisitely as they needed it to be. A really positive opening 10 minutes.
Mikey Maldonado with the better throws you're going to find in USL Championship. Can really heave it, which is a wonderful weapon to have. Here goes Maldonado. It's got some zip on it. It's got some spin, everything you want. Falls Martin. And Martin fouls.
Loudoun players asking for a card there.
Let's take a look at that DaCosta back heel. Good ball from Sundstrom, too. Jeez, look at that. I just love that.
You don't get that as a young lad from the north of England, Dean. I'll tell you, that's straight off the beaches of Brazil. The Rio de Janeiro. Just the creativity, the thought there. The ball's fizzing into him, and he's going to pirouette and try to push it with the inside of his foot.
Long ball, pretty good header. Bryce Washington comes over in support. Bryce Washington is whistled for the foul, so Loudoun United looking to get rolling right away. North Carolina FC 0-1, 1 point, puts them 4th in the East. Loudoun 1-0, 3 points. The +2 goal differential puts them 1st in the East. Last year, NCFC went 13-12-9 with 48 points. Loudoun 11-14-9 with 42. Here comes Rafa looking for Olex Anderson Jr. and saved from going out of bounds. It won't be a corner kick. The referee is J.C. Griggs. Nicholas Seymour on one line. Andrew Sharon on the other. John Rush is our 4th official. The clock is stopped on the field. It's rolling along here. It's 12 minutes in. Great job by our crew, led by Kyle Lang, to have the clock on the bug for you. And also, we say hello to the Loudoun United FC fan base. Seems to be growing every year. Well done to that club. Here's Donovan. So Ryan Martin, as a kid, grows up around his dad, who I'm pretty sure, based on the numbers that he accumulated at Ohio Wesleyan, and then around him is Jay Vidovich, and then, you know, Glenn Mooch-Meyernick and Bruce Arena. I mean, all the greats. I mean, he has been around as a little kid, you know what I mean? And now he's grown up with it, and now sits over there. And you got to believe he loves what he does, but he was able to soak all of that knowledge in, Andrew.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, just his dad alone, right? We could spend an hour talking about his achievements and accomplishments, and I think he coached lacrosse as well. So I think listening to Ryan recently, he was talking about his father and the importance of just leadership, right? That's what he picked up. I don't think he'd admit that his dad was the greatest tactician in terms of soccer, but in terms of ability to lead and guide young men, he was fantastic at. And I think Ryan now did his UEFA Pro license with John Bradford, I think, in summer. Congratulations to both of them on completing that and getting that tremendous coaching achievement. But he just continues to learn and evolve. I think right now he said he's working with a current baseball coach and trying to pick up how to be better with the substitutes and how to impart knowledge and prepare them for the game, and just continue. I think he's trying to do a course with Harvard University as well. So just continue to try and get better and evolve every day, and great example for your players as well. When you're asking them to improve and perform as a lead, I think you need to do the same.
Wow, last week we saw a defender slip that led to North Carolina FC goal. This time we saw the goalkeeper slip. He did get up in time, but sort of a sigh of relief from the Loudoun United FC bench. You saw the goalie slip there, didn't you, Andrew?
Yeah. Oof.
It's Donovan that comes in and wins it. Hugo Farreau, the goalkeeper. Listed at 6'1" for Loudoun United FC. Tommy McCabe out there wearing number 4, spent some time here with North Carolina FC. I feel like, I may be wrong, but after heading up to FC Cincinnati at the MLS level, very much like Nazmi Abadawi, came back here to get some games. Nazmi Abadawi, and you think about some of the great players. Saw Austin DeLuz talking to Akira Fitzgerald, who's not on the bench for this one, and then Connor Tobin is in the house. Olex Anderson Jr. with some pace. Olex Anderson Jr. drops it over. Rafa wanted him to pop it in the air to him on the far side. DaCosta going to help up Olex Anderson Jr. Perot still down.
Yeah, just seeing the replay now, just not quite sure where the support was there. Perez was at the back post. I think Olex Anderson was looking for him to make that diagonal run across so he could just put on a plate for him. I think Olex, just as he was trying to poke the ball across, has caught Faroux in the shin. This will give Loudoun a chance to just take a breather, because they've been on the ropes here in the first 15 minutes. Haven't been able to string any passes together or get any rhythm or foothold of the game.
The Courage hoping to open their season today in Louisville, where there's some weather and the game's been pushed back, but more importantly, we want you to come out on March 22nd for the Courage home opener, where club legend Jessica McDonald, J-Mac, will be inducted to the Courage Ring of Honor. Get your tickets at nccourage.com/tickets. March 22nd, Courage home opener. Goalkeeper still down.
Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site. SeatGeek, your ticket to the great seats.
All right, so the goalkeeper, Faroux, is up. Other big games, and we'll have more at this at halftime, but Colorado Springs has their home opener against Detroit City. Indy 11 begins their 2025 campaign at Miami FC. Charleston takes on Rhode Island, a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference final. Las Vegas versus New Mexico, a few of the games to keep an eye on as Maldonado drops it in. Louis Perez waited for it to hold. Tried to flick it over to Olex Anderson Jr. Little bicycle kick and one bounce. Brilliant stuff from DaCosta. Brilliant. Just to get that on frame from that deep. It had a little bit of velo on it too.
Yeah, pretty much everything he's done today has been close to perfection, and I say close to perfection because he's whiskered one past the post, got a bicycle kick there, a couple of nice touches into DaCosta, into Anderson Jr. And that's what you pay the admission fee for, isn't it, to see those moments.
Couple good touches, shot from distance, went off the post, chipped the paint, that close for Loudoun United FC to take a 1-0 lead. That close, Andrew Tate.
Yeah, Jake Maguire's been an absolute spectator for the first part of this game, but he's woken up now because that was incredibly close. Great strike from Florian Velo there, the number 10, just dropping in, getting some space and letting rip.
That'll work out. Junior. It may work out as it falls to DaCosta. DaCosta will find you if you're open. Maldonado looking to give it back. Let's take a look at the bike and then the shot opportunity where the post, the best friend of Jake Maguire.
Just the touch. You can see he's already thinking about that. It's a great effort. Straight down the throat of the goalkeeper, though. And then this is the strike. First time from below. Great technique. Gets his foot right through it on the laces. Takes a little deflection. Maguire, did he get a touch to that? Either way, there's a near, the best chance Loudoun have had and the closest they've come.
Truck thinks maybe it was deflected before it got to Maguire, but I think we'll rack that because that's an important play right there. Maldonado.
That's the right call from the referee. I think the referee's been very good, Dean. I'd say in the first 20 minutes has been as good as North Carolina. He got a lot of his decisions right. Rafa just getting to the ball before the Loudoun player, but I don't think there's enough contact there to warrant a free kick.
The referee again, J.C. Briggs. No score. North Carolina FC, once again, their home blues. Loudoun United FC in their visiting whites. North Carolina FC got a point in their home opener and a 1-1 draw against Pittsburgh. Evan Conway scored in the 22nd after Louis Perez pounced on a slip by Beto Idrak. Loudoun United got one of the best results of the weekend with a 3-1 win at Birmingham Legion. This after falling behind 2 minutes in, 1-0 on the road against a team that spent a lot of money. And a statement victory, I think, to start the season for Loudoun United FC. Yeah,
3-1 to go to Legion, who've made the signings, as you said, and will be looking to make a bit of a statement in their opening weekend. And they get the start they want, and then get pegged back with 3 goals from Loudoun. It wasn't how the script was supposed to be written for Legion, but really impressive stuff from Loudoun. They haven't been able to find that form today.
The 6th all-time meeting between NCFC and Loudoun. Loudoun actually leads the series 3-2. The two sides split matches in 2024. Loudoun won the first game at home on March 16, 3-1. NCFC won the second game in Cary 2-0. Paco Craig scored the opener, and Ezra Armstrong, who could and perhaps is expected to see action this after suffered a foot injury in the final game of the season in the playoffs against Louisville City FC, a 3-2 win for Louisville. As I mentioned, the Courage are in Louisville. That game was supposed to start at 5. Oh my goodness. McGuire. Wow. He doesn't slide right there. It's one of the most ridiculous goals you're going to see. That one mishit. We're going to need to look at the communication here on the back line here, Andrew, and see what you think.
I mean, it's an absolute carpet is the surface here in the ball. It's a similar one to last weekend, right, Dean? The ball just rolling away from Maguire. This time he manages to make the all-important contact, but for a second there, Connor Donovan would have had his heart in his mouth. Just hung it out a little bit too far from Jake Maguire. They don't need another mistake like that this week, especially when they had such a positive start in terms of the performance.
Yeah, they're kind of flying and buzzing, and that's the kind of play that can just take the crowd out of it.
Yeah, take the wind out of your sails for sure. They've got to capitalise, Dean. I think when you're playing this well, the important thing is that you get the goals to go with it, because you know the other team's going to have a spell and you're going to have to suffer for periods. And Loudoun certainly have some quality and some threats where they can hurt you.
Here's Loudoun United out of bounds. A little bit more on Loudoun United. The club was formed in 2018 and initially used as the reserve team for MLS side DC United. Some of their elite academy players have come through the ranks at Loudoun the last few years. Their first season in USL Championship was 2019. They had 39 points. Before the start of the 2023 season, a majority stake in the club was sold to Attain Sports and Entertainment, which allowed the club to compete in the U.S. Open Cup for the first time. Just about midway through the first half, played out of the back by Loudoun. Sent long there by Erlinson. Cervania falls down. It's touched over to Leggett. Leggett. Pretty sure it was Leggett who, at one point, these two played in the Open Cup and went to penalty kicks, and Leggett had the penalty kick winner.
Painful one for Jaden Cervania. That's one area I feel that Loudoun can get some joy. We saw Pittsburgh last weekend really getting some joy down the right-hand side and in that space between young Finn Sundstrom and Jaden Cervania. But today, full credit to those two. They managed to cut down that channel, and Leggett, we haven't seen anything of him really.
Costa. He had the back heel, the bicycle kick. There he had about a 20-yard header into space that almost worked out, as he is showing the entire bag of tricks. There's Donovan. Connor Donovan had 4 clearances and 3 tackles last week. Was first team All-League in 2023 with Sacramento. In 2024, he led Sacramento in clearances and blocks. Look at that. He is not afraid to get stuck in at the right time. Number 20 in the back line. And it's clear that he's already demonstrated to John Bradford and his coaching staff that he's a leader out there.
Yeah. A veteran at this level. He was a great player for Sacramento the last few seasons there. And a big pickup for North Carolina to bring him back here to the area he's from, and came through the Castle and NCFC system as a youngster. And I think I watched the first preseason game, Dean, of the season. They played Charlotte FC here, and he played the full 90 minutes in preseason, which you don't usually see that. And the cast around him was rotating, and youngsters, and he was just brilliant in organising and marshalling against some really talented MLS players. And he's earned the respect of his teammates to get the nod for the captaincy this season.
Colin Martin kind of feeling the pressure and knowing that the options were limited, turned around and delivered a dime to McGuire, which is almost his only option short of losing the ball. And now the offense keeps going. So good decision by Martin, which is something I think I say a lot when I'm talking about Martin. Good decisions. He just is that kind of player.
Yeah, but his intensity this week, Dean, I think just everyone was off colour last week, but his intensity today, and we saw him scampering around to help Jaden Sylvania out just a few minutes ago in that bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and now he's involved in the middle, but everyone just looks a little bit sharper today. Last weekend he'd probably be 5, 6 out of 10s. Today you're looking more 7s and 8s, which is what you need, I think, at this level if you're going to give yourself a chance at 3 points.
Tremendous take. 28 minutes in. Couple touches here. Taken away by Sylvania in the middle of it. Comes all the way back. That's Learman. They play quite a lot through Valo, Orion Valo. Spelled V-A-L-O-T, but drop the T. Valo out there. They play a lot through him.
Yeah, you saw there, they just try to play into him there as he drops in. It's a 4-4-2. I feel like that's more out of possession than the 4-4-2. He will drop in and almost make it a 4-2-3-1 with Abukura and Leggett pushing high. And he'll try and link the play. As Ryan will operate more of that 9 that playing on the last defender. And just, all right, now the touches for Loudoun really sloppy, not hitting their mark.
Learman, though, denying what looked like takeoff opportunity for Olex Anderson Jr. He was getting ready to hit that little silver flick and propel down WakeMed Soccer Park. Deflected high in the air. McGuire's going to let it go. That means it'll be a corner kick. Corner kick coming for Loudoun United FC. No score. Meantime, Hugo Farreau over to talk to Ryan Martin, the top man for Loudoun United FC.
Promising signs for Loudoun as Abukura getting involved. He's picking up the ball in some good areas, and he's the one who's strike there, wins in the corner. 20-year-old Egyptian, real creative spark for them. He'll be the one taking the corner now. In swinging right-footed effort.
Sent in, far side all the way through. And it'll come back to Jake McGuire and North Carolina FC. Don't feel like we've said Zach Ryan's name a ton.
No, and he's a different striker to Olex Anderson Jr. He thrives on supply and things being put in front of him, and he just hasn't had that today. You see everyone's off colour at the moment. Like I said, 5s and 6s out of 10 so far for Loudoun. And Connor Donovan's had Zach Ryan in his pocket, you'd say, but he's got a goal and assist last week, and his goal that he scored, Abukura put on a plate for him, and it was a tap-in from inside 6-yard box. He's exactly where he needs to be. He's not really someone that's going to create something on his own.
Maldonado.
See the press from Loudoun there, Dean. They're really trying to crowd the ball and take away the options, but North Carolina at the moment able to play through them.
Olex Anderson Jr. deals with the contact. DaCosta only a couple yards behind what would have been a really good squared ball. DaCosta kept alive, and how about North Carolina FC? Rafa on the board. It's 1-0.
It's a great goal, Dean. DaCosta once again heavily involved. The legs are there. Oop, straight through the legs. Nutmeg. Look up. Pick out your man. It's your fellow Brazilian, Rafa Mensingen, who tucks it home from 12 yards. Look at DaCosta. Only got eyes up. Finds his countryman. And the only place Rafa Mensingen's heading is to head coach.
Big reason. Semi-emotional. No, a lot emotional. What am I kidding? Huh?
Yeah, unbelievable. Nothing more than they deserve, North Carolina.
In addition to the emotion of playing for the coach who lost his mother this morning, DaCosta, quite frankly, Andrew, and I know sometimes I get a little bit too excited, but he has put together a highlight reel in 20-some minutes that could last a whole season.
and that's the... I think that was the frustration last year, I think, probably for him and for the team. They'd signed him here. They knew what he could deliver. I think I'd seen the highlight reel as well coming in. You're like, wow, this man's full of moments. And it just didn't quite happen at the start of the season. Towards the back of the season, he was delivering. And he was performing the way I think we know he can. And didn't start last weekend, came off the bench. And as you say, 30 minutes, he's been quite exquisite. And he's leading now. He's wafting his arms at Maguire. He's enjoying his football today.
That nutmeg was nasty, right? And then a perfect pass.
Yeah. He passed it through the defender's legs and then passed it on a plate for Rafa.
Rafa on the far side. Boy, a moment ago, Zach Ryan did break through, and the assistant referee stumbled a little bit. And so, to me, you couldn't really tell if he was onside, but the flag never went up. But he couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, it was just skipped away from him. I don't think anyone would argue that North Carolina deserves the advantage now. Been a really good opening 30 minutes. But let's not forget, Loudoun have hit the post. I just saw Ryan Martin just scratching his head at the moment. It's been a frustrating opening first half so far.
Sent back out, Cervania trying to keep it alive. And cleared out of there.
It's all over the place at the moment, Loudoun. And we were talking before the game, Dean. They had a really poor game here last season. Lost 2-0, but just really didn't throw a punch in the game. I think they could say there was Open Cup and some tough fixtures leading into that one, but today, again, off-colour performance. They need to try and find a way to get a foothold in the game, because this one could slip away from them here if they can get another goal here in North Carolina.
It's a corner kick. Over the crossbar from Louis Perez. 2025 season tickets are on sale now. Members Enjoy flexible ticket exchanges, 20% off all merch, in-stadium priority access, exclusive experiences, and so much more. To learn more about season ticket memberships, visit northcarolinafc.com/season tickets. 1-0, as we did get a little bit of how about North Carolina FC. Donovan trying to keep an eye on Ryan. Washington billed by John Bradford last year, in his opinion, and I think it's fair, he considered him one of the best defenders in the league last year. Most of that time was spent at the center back spot in that three-back system.
He started out wide as a centre back, then he was like a wide centre back, and then he flipped with Paco Craig. But I think, yeah, having him there, it makes more sense, I think, because he can get forward and cover. That pace is just electrifying. The athleticism, and then you have Finn Sundstrom on the other side, and then Donovan in the middle. It can be a really formidable back three, I think, this season. Malou and Paco Craig are going to have a time breaking that up, I think, this season.
Tingy with the throw-in. eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play, and you can download now. Decent flick. Hold up. Sundstrom comes over. Sundstrom does his job. Gets it to Cervania, who, middle of the park, finds Mikey Maldonado, who will bring it back to Donovan. Donovan with some pressure. Now Bryce Washington. Scott Rafa, who has the only goal in the game. Touch there from Olex Anderson Jr. Olex Anderson Jr. Cross. It is end up going to fighting DaCosta. DaCosta's got one nutmeg already. This time he'll take the shot. And I think we've got some Tate sightings.
They're not all my Tate. They're not all.
They're not all yours. 3 of them are, though, right?
Yeah. The one in the pink there waving, and the little boy to the left, and then my son's all the way on the right. They're all having a good time. There they go. They think they're celebrities now, Dean.
That is big time.
Yeah, they're having a good time. Always a good time at Wakemed Soccer Park. On a night like tonight as well, Dean.
Yeah, it's really pleasant. Yeah, actually, around 2 o'clock, I said, Leah, what do we got for temperatures tonight? And she was reading them off, like 77. And I'm like, well, it's going to get down like to 50, right? Again, and she's like, no, it's like 60, 66 might be your low, as that one's deflected and out of bounds. And what's better than that?
Yeah, I know, exactly. I think there's some bad weather coming in. I think tomorrow, some storms, and Monday looks like it could be pretty cold to start the day. But yeah, today, got to enjoy it while I can.
Fans, let's keep it out for this defensive corner kick.
So corner kick, and an opportunity for Loudoun United FC to equalize here as we're in minute 40. Short corner, back to the start. McGuire can't stop it. McGuire got a paw on it and went through his paw. Finds side netting, and Loudoun United FC has made it 1-1.
It's that man, Abukura. He's awoken the Loudoun faithful. It's a moment of magic from him. Here we see the jostling in the box. Abukura just finds some space and just thunders it with his right foot. Maguire gets his hand to it and will be disappointed he doesn't do better. It's a good hit from the young Egyptian, but Maguire will be hoping that he could have got a stronger hand to that, because he gets a full 5 fingers to it, looks like. And just like that, Loudoun have hung in the game and are back on level terms.
Abdelatif Abukara in the 40th minute. The assist to number 10, Florian Below.
So Below, number 10, who has shown that he is a connector. He's all over the place. And connects. McGuire, I'm certain, got his glove on it, Andrew, but the power of the shot just went right through it, I think. Yep. Olex Anderson Jr. offside.
Yeah, Jake McGuire. He'll want that one back. Not had an awful lot to do. But Loudoun, the few chances they've had at goal have looked dangerous. Below hitting that one off the post in the opening 15 or so. And Abukura, a similar position, that inside right channel.
Leggett was driven with his right foot. It's going to go all the way through. Kept alive by Loudoun United FC, who have tied it. Rafa with a great ball from DaCosta. McGuire saves the first one. Second one's offside. Ay, ay, ay. Lucky on the second that it's offside. Is decent save by McGuire, but it was popped up and the clearance wasn't there. So Loudoun United was still lurking, but he was in an offside position.
Yeah, nervy moments. It's that man Abukura again with that right foot. Whips it. McGuire pops it up 6 yards out. Ryan a yard or two offside. Another scary moment for Jake McGuire in that goal.
Abukura making his mark on this game. He had a goal and assist in the season opener against Birmingham and now has a goal here. That's a pretty good way to start the season. Played for DC United Academy and debuted for Loudoun in 2021 at age 16. He had 5 goals last year and he's got 2 already plus a helper in not even 2 games completed. Great effort from Olex Anderson Jr. to keep that in bounds to Sundstrom, whose pass is not quite there for Slovenia. Wow, what a great tackle from Martin without leaving his feet. Rafa gets it back from DaCosta. Rafa!
Louis Perez not happy with his teammate there. He's screaming at Rafa that he should have pulled it across the box, but it's a good little ball from DaCosta. Again linking with Rafa, and he just unleashes one to the back post. And Louis Perez thinking he should have rolled it across the 6-yard box because he was there at the back post. A little selfish from Rafa there, but once again North Carolina breaking in behind that Loudoun back line, and another good chance goes begging. Ooh, clash of heads there.
So quickly, the referee calls for some concussion protocol as we are approaching the town properties added time. And fair is fair. I can't remember. I feel like I made you go first last time, right?
You did.
So I'll go first. And not knowing how long Sundstrom is going to be down, I'm going to put a 3 on it.
I'll go 2. That was my answer last week, and I went too far.
I think you just gift wrapped me another victory.
I think you saw the board. Is that what you're saying? You wait till he puts the board up. Am I?
No.
He flashes you the number, and then you go.
I just feel like there's been too many of these little knocks here and there. The goalkeeper and stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I thought for sure you were going to say 4 and have it wrapped up.
I just.
4 minutes of
Yeah.
added time. Presented by
I actually
Properties.
was thinking 4.
What were the other ones? What were the other injuries?
He had the goalkeeper down here. That took quite a bit of time.
He was down, with that one. Yeah, okay. So I just feel like this first half has flown by, Dean. So an extra bonus 4 minutes I'll take.
It's been a good game, for sure. I think if you're North Carolina FC, you're probably a little disappointed that you lost your lead, gave up that equalizer. This turns out to be a really good touch, and in front, and McGuire as once again number 10 for Loudoun United FC. That man is doing it all below, and he was there, but McGuire was as well.
Has to score there, Dean. Florian Velo finds himself all alone on the penalty spot. I'll give him some credit. Colin Martin is right behind him, so he doesn't have the space and time that I thought he had, but still a player of his quality will feel like he should have scored from there. What a robbery that would have been for Loudoun to go in 2-1 at half-time after a strong opening half from North Carolina.
Alex Anderson Jr. as he earns the whistle. As we just said, the fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of added time presented by Town Properties. That's Town with an E, Properties. Go to townproperties.com. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Left foot. Let it out. Colin Martin on the cleanup. 4 minutes of added time. We've played almost 3 of those 4. And McGuire. This is dangerous here, particularly if Leggett can get to it. Cervania has got to be careful. McGuire. Good spot that time for Jake McGuire.
Yeah, he was alive to it. You could see what Ryan was looking for. He just wanted to roll him behind that back four. And he was ready there to pounce, but so was Jake McGuire. I don't know who's going to be more disappointed at half-time, Dean. Loudoun with their performance, or North Carolina, the fact that they've given up the goal. Because I think North Carolina, the concern is that Loudoun can play better in the second half.
Perez with a little foot-to-foot there, but he shakes it off, runs it off, and got what you think is the final minute here. Less than. Sundstrom knock it out of bounds. So with that, the referee for the moment looks like he is going to give Loudoun United FC one more time to have a goal here. Play it back. The more they go backward, the more the referee might be inclined to say, maybe I won't. Let's see. This one will fall neatly and knocked out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick. And I do believe as Jake McGuire gets ready to take the goal kick, that will be it, and they won't even wait. King and Tingy, number 3, has looked effective. So we'll head to halftime, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the upcoming schedules for both teams. That man right there, Rafa Mentingen, with the first goal for North Carolina FC, but Loudoun United FC has answered the call, getting one by Jake McGuire. So it's 1-1 at the half. You're watching USL Championship action from Cary, North Carolina on ESPN+.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
It's tough these days to find healthy and fast, but at Alpaca, you'll find both. From our all-natural charcoal-fired chicken, cooked using Peruvian spices, to our made-to-order dishes like arroz chaufa, with sausage, chicken, or completely vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family-owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it Alpaca.
Touchdown! Woo. Mountain Dew.
Game number 2 of the 2025 USL Championship season. North Carolina FC with their first 2 games at home. They finished with a tie last week. They're tied here at the half. This time it's against Loudoun United FC, who is 1-0 to start the season. We welcome you back up to the perch with Andrew Tate. I'm Dean Linke. We'll quickly talk about both teams. First, for North Carolina FC, collectively they've been great, but Rodrigo da Costa was outstanding.
Yeah, I think the whole team's been really, really bright, but he has been the bright spark of all of them. Just everything he's looked to do, the creativity, the link-up play with Olex Anderson Jr., the free kick that we all thought was going in. So really positive display from him after being on the bench in the opening game.
Loudoun United FC has shown, though, if you give them a moment, they can make the most of it.
Yeah, they fed off scraps in the first half, and they hit the post. Florian Velo's had a chance. They've had some really good looks at goal, maybe the better of the chances, you'd say, but not really played as well as they could. So something for both teams to chew on at halftime.
All right, let's take a look, Andrew Tate, at the upcoming schedules for both teams, and we certainly hope that you can get out. If you're a North Carolina FC fan, get out to Wakeman Soccer Park when they're home and vice versa. But go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, the Charleston Battery is the big one. He got 4 of the next 5 games are on the road for North Carolina, so really, really tough. But a big game here against the South Carolina rivals, the Charleston Battery. They opened the season last year against them. It was a 0-0 hard-fought draw, but that's a really tasty fixture right there with some tough trips to Indy, New Mexico, and Miami.
All right, and the upcoming schedule for Loudoun United FC, a team worth attending as well.
Yeah, for Loudoun, they've got one more away game that rounds out their tough start to the season with 3 back-to-back road games. They've got to go to Louisville next week. Then they come back and they've got to play Rhode Island, Hartford, Tampa on the road, and then round out with Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So they'll be hoping that get a result at Louisville and then come back home and get some more points.
As always, we're expecting an exciting USL Championship season, and with that, when we return, we'll take a look around USL Championship, news and notes, and perhaps get you caught up on some other scores around the league. Here in Cary, it's North Carolina FC 1, Loudoun United FC 1. Stay with us.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Tipped on the line. Wilson! Brilliant! And he has been on fire in Tampa Bay! Cross forward, put down by Gagi! The hero! Let's go!
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Success doesn't come easy. It takes grit, hustle, and relentless effort. Every step forward brings you closer to greatness. This is your moment. Elevate your game. El Jimador, Spiked Bebidas.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
Bounces and a score! Cabrera!
If week one taught us anything in USL Championship play, it's that this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint.
Dogman! Denied!
We saw such a wide variety of ways to go about their business on the field of play, and yet quality of talent not lacking whatsoever. Can't wait to see week two and beyond of what these teams bring to the field of play.
Wonderful night at WakeMed Soccer Park, First Horizon Stadium, Cary, North Carolina. Week 2 USL Championship. We're tied at 1. North Carolina FC 1, Loudoun United FC 1. It's time to bounce around United Soccer Leagues, particularly at the championships level. Let's take a look at the news and notes. How about Oakland? They're playing at the Coliseum and they're jamming some people in there.
Yeah, it's always the scary thing when you go and get such a great stadium and the size of the Coliseum. But to sell over 15,000 tickets for the home opener against San Antonio next weekend, that's really exciting stuff and great to see the momentum they're building there. Lexington, the first time in their USL Championship. They were the first team to win in its debut match since 2018 and set a club record in attendance. So great start for them as they make that jump up to the Championship. The US Open Cup kicks off next week. 8 USL Championship clubs entering the first round, and one of those being Loudoun. So tough trip for them to Westchester in midweek, and the magic of the Open Cup begins.
Let's take a look at some scores around the league. USL.
Indy 11, Miami picking up where they left off last season. Dropped a loss in the first week and losing 3-0 at home to a strong Indy 11 team in their first game of the season. And then Detroit City in the lead, 90th minute there, leading 2-1 at Colorado. And then later tonight, got Locomotive and Phoenix Rising at 9 o'clock. Those West Coast games. And some more as well there, you see. Las Vegas, New Mexico, that's the game for all those late night folks to enjoy there. That'll be a big game. OC Lexington as well. Lexington looking to continue their good start, and Oakland Roots on the road before they get to go back to that massive crowd next week.
Team of the week featuring some Loudoun United players, I think, right?
Yep, 3 of them. Erlinson, Abakura, and Zach Ryan. It was a perfect start for them. And then you've got Joe Hafferty for Lexington. Got a goal in his first appearance for the club, making that move, and Terry Boss as well. Great job. It's never easy making that jump to the Championship, and his first year at the club as well. So tremendous effort from them, and congrats to all those players.
All right, when we return, we'll come back and we'll take a look at both goals. Maybe a near miss from DaCosta, who had the assist and a little bit more. It's 1-1 at the half in Cary, North Carolina. Stay with us on ESPN+.
Vegetarian, we have something for every diet. So take a break today. Come in or find us online for catering or to place a pickup order. Family owned and local. Make it a Peruvian night. Make it alpaca.
Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary. Little snack and a soda. And getting ready to roll for the second half. With Andrew, I'm Dean. And let's take a look at the first half highlights. Both teams successful in scoring a goal there in their whites. Jake McGuire's team wearing the blues. He's got the yellow goalkeeper jersey. Doesn't look like any changes yet. There are Some plan changes, though, from John Bradford. And obviously one of those is going to be Evan Conway, who scored the goal in the tie against Pittsburgh. But that man right there, yeah, DaCosta, great job by our crew. He gets the start, and he has done incredible. I mean, the only thing we didn't show on the halftime break was the bicycle kick. Couldn't
like, get it all in, could we?
No. It was like Marcelo Balboa-esque in the 1994 World Cup, where he just missed against Colombia in that win. I was actually standing on the field for that. I seem to get a break in at least once a game, Andrew, and I'm going to go ahead and throw it right there.
Just one game. No, you're right. He was really good that first half, and I think Evan Conway obviously got the goal last weekend. I don't think he did anything wrong. But DaCosta's justified his selection today. And I think the fans have really enjoyed his performance as well. So, see how long he can reproduce it in the second half.
And we're ready. Somehow the referee needs to get that message, and hopefully he has. And here we go. There's the whistle. Second half underway. North Carolina FC in their home blue kits. Loudoun United FC in their white kits. Colin Martin. Costa trying to flick it to Olex Anderson Jr. I mean, to be fair, it's like DaCosta always knows where Olex Anderson Jr. is. Costa will leave it for Olex Anderson Jr. Rolls off of it. Rafa Mentz again, trying to get it back to DaCosta. Now Olex Anderson charges through, and will be picked up by Peru. Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Another ball over the top to Below. I thought Florian Below was, I mean, he was the DaCosta, like best way to say it, in that first half.
Yeah, I think him and Abukura really carrying the load, I think, for Loudoun in terms of the attacking productivity. Ryan and Leggett only had 25 touches between them, and Abukura had 29. So Abukura with the goal and Velo with the shot off the post and the chance from 12 yards out. If they get the whole front four firing, then North Carolina will be in for a very different second 45.
Ryan touch it back. There's Skundrich, number 12. He'll get it back. Now McCabe. Leggett on the far side. A little bit of a mistake. It'll give it back to Cervania, North Carolina FC. Sundstrom. Maldonado can't get it out of there, so this starts from a little bit of shaky play in the back line for the home team. Kwame Awuah, who had it for a second, number 6 for Loudoun United FC. As here's McCabe. Once again, it's Awuah. Awuah with his left foot. Sundstrom. What turned out to be a really good tackle, and Martin earns the whistle. Martin was hoping to start right away. Could have been a little bit upset for the kind of interference there from Abukura, but he just played on. He's not exactly a complainer, is he, Colin Martin? He just gets on with it.
No, I think he was looking to try and force a yellow card, though, by playing quickly. He played in, I think it was Maldonado who played into quickly, and it was a very tight space he was playing in.
Still loose there as it went off the head of Bryce Washington, and Martin finds DaCosta. DaCosta thinking space. Olex Anderson Jr. can let it roll out of bounds because it was headed away. But if it wasn't headed away, I think that ball was going to be perfect for Olex Anderson Jr. to get to it, Andrew.
Yeah. It was a difficult ball to play as well. I was looking at the surging run of Luis Perez into wide open space, but DaCosta's confidence right now through the roof.
We welcome you to the 2025 USL Kickoff, week 2 here now, presented by Terminex. throughout the month of March. The USL will be kicking off across the country. And we want you to join us for all the action on ESPN and CBS Sports platforms. Bryce Washington, DaCosta, now Rafa. Throw in for Loudoun United FC. Starting to call for it is the man who's got 2 goals and 1 assist through 1.5 games, and that is Abukura. Just come all the way back to Erlinson. 2 center backs, Learman, McCabe. Awuwa, back to McCabe. McCabe back to Awuwa. Now to find Learman. Learman has pushed forward from his center back spot. Abakura. He's going to come back to North Carolina FC.
Brian Martin giving a thumbs up there, liking that interchange there between Awuwa, Abakura and Velo. Those 3 linking well. Better signs for Loudoun.
It's Retro Night on March 29th here at First Horizon Stadium at WakeMed Soccer Park. Enjoy a night full of throwbacks as North Carolina FC faces off against Charleston. Get your tickets at northcarolinafc.com/tickets. Charleston Battery led by Ben Pierman, who did great work at Memphis, which is no longer in USL Championship, and has done even greater work at Charleston. I feel like their superstar forward signed a big deal somewhere, though, right? Guy who scored a gazillion goals last year.
Yeah, he's over in Spain now.
Okay, thank you.
Nick Marcanic. Record-breaking season for him. Not a bad place to play your football either. Charleston to Spain, I don't know which one's better.
Both wonderful places, yeah. Mikey Maldonado, corner kick, North Carolina FC. Keep an eye on number 20, Donovan. And don't forget about the youngster, Finn Sundstrom, wearing 66. As he may be young, but he's got pretty good size. He's got some hops, too. And it's flicked over. It'll come back to Loudoun United FC. 52nd minute. If you missed the open, a special tribute as John Bradford lost his mother this morning. It was expected. She had been in hospice for several weeks and was, in John Bradford's words, kind of hanging around knowing that her 2 sons and daughter were together and they were watching. He's a big North Carolina basketball fan. What a crazy game that was. And she was hanging in there, I think, to spend a little extra time with him, but passed away this morning. And as we said, John Bradford, the mom, and her dad, who is still with us, said that for sure she would want him on the sideline, and he is. You saw the special moment with Rafa Mexican and the hug after he scored the first goal. Well, the pitch is so beautiful. They're playing good soccer on it. It actually makes you want to get out there and play a little bit. Perfect night, perfect condition. And an important game, right? You want to keep getting points here to start the season. You don't want to leave any points out there when you can get them.
Especially home games for North Carolina. Some tough road games coming up, 4 of the next 5, so got to pick up a win here would be really good to start the season. 4 points out of 6 against your rivals as well, Virginia, North Carolina. Loudoun, I mean, winning on the road at the Legion last weekend and then get a win this weekend, that'll really set up a tasty fixture next weekend at Louisville.
Washington sends it forward. Olex Anderson Jr. Olex Anderson Jr. comes out by himself. Alex Anderson Jr. probably going to take a shot here. No, he squares it. It's behind DaCosta, who's got Rafa, and Rafa sends it into the net off the video board, or it would have been into the net. Alex Anderson Jr., that has been more than one time where he has shaken off one or two Loudoun United FC defenders to make decent runs.
Yeah, he's back to his best this week. Like we said, he was quiet last week, causing all types of chaos. There, Erlandson out showing some really good speed there to stay with him. I'm surprised. I was expecting to see Alex Anderson show him a clean pair of heels, but Erlandson going stride for stride with him there and forcing him wide away from goal.
I think the referee pointed to the wrong way as the fouls on Donovan. Yeah.
I'm very confused. I've seen Donovan with his hands on his head and the ref pointing for a free kick for him. So some subs coming for Loudoun here. Early changes for Ryan Martin.
Yeah, Ryan Martin going to go to his bench as number 20, Ben Mines, one of the players looking to come on, as that one's going to be too far for Leggett. And then number 15, also going to come in for Loudoun United, Riley Baidoa. So Baidoa also coming in. Deflected there by Mikey Maldonado, and it's going to go out of bounds and stay with Loudoun United. All right, so here come the changes.
Ben Mines played 25 games during the 11 last year. Recent pickup for them in the last, I think right before the start of the season. Player that Ryan Martin was very encouraged by and pleased to have joined the group.
So the first two changes in the game done. United FC making them. This is Jacob Erlandson, center back. Donovan heads it to space. Now tries to send it long. Chested down by Rafa. Rafa brings it back to Donovan. He turns it over inside the 18. And it somehow stays in bounds. Sent forward. Martin with a great flick. DaCosta with a great chest and earns the whistle. I mean, when I say every trick in the, I mean, that chest right there, that chest pass was on the money.
That's one thing you never lose. He's 31 now, Rodrigo DaCosta. Doesn't have the pace that he had in his younger years. But that touch wouldn't look out of place on playing beach soccer or something like that on the beaches in Brazil.
Rafa Menzigan thought maybe he did earn the foul. Referee not buying it. Comes through, and McGuire going to pick it up and throw it out quickly to Cervania. Need to see a little bit more from Cervania in this game as well. Here's DaCosta. DaCosta with another pretty good touch. Luis Perez over there with Cervania. Maldonado, your true holding mid, plays a little bit deeper than Martin, but those two are pretty well connected and have pretty good chemistry. Raheem Summersall fits in with either one of them, so that gives them some depth. That time, not only did it go off the chest of DaCosta, but it may have taken the wind out of him.
Yeah, it's not the ball that DaCosta's looking for. I'm not even sure Donovan's looking for DaCosta. I think he's trying to bypass him and find Alex Anderson Jr. But got to give credit to Loudoun this second half. They've really limited North Carolina in terms of possession, in terms of what they're creating. Haven't really gotten into the attacking third at all.
Played over the top, one bounce. Come on out on March 22nd for the Courage home opener, where club legend Jessica McDonald, national champion in North Carolina, multiple NWSL titles with the North Carolina Courage. She'll be inducted to the Courage Ring of Honor. Get your tickets at nccourage.com/tickets and support the North Carolina Courage in their home opener. They are set to play Louisville today. We'll see if we can find out if that game was able to get underway. It was supposed to start at 5, but some terrible weather in Louisville pushed it back to 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock now.
They're losing 1-0, Dean.
Losing 1-0, okay.
19 minutes in.
Thank you, Andrew Tate. So welcome. Louisville on top of the North Carolina Courage to start their 2025 campaign. Played over the top. Good hustle on the far side, knocked out of bounds over there by Donovan. It'll be a throw in for Loudoun United FC, who is, I think it's fair to say, has had a little bit more joy, a little bit more of the game here in the second half.
Yeah, they've done a good job. I think they're sort of sitting in a little bit more and taking those spaces in and around and away from DaCosta, not high pressing and leaving the space in behind the midfield. North Carolina not able to open them up at the moment. Lunging in again there. DaCosta this time picking up the yellow card. Trying to take a leaf out of his captain's book, who just put in a perfect slide tackle a moment ago, but DaCosta just a fraction too slow on that one. And chance for Velo and company, Abakura, to put it in the box. Just lunging in right in front of the ref. Dropped a few degrees, Dean.
Yeah, jacket time. It's just one extra layer. Nothing major. Not the giant jacket I had up here last week. Not afraid to admit, I had long johns on last week even.
That's classic.
62nd minute.
It wasn't that cold, Dean.
Man, I've been doing this long enough where I'd rather be warm than cold anytime. This one's sent across, and right in the right place, but Loudoun United FC, another example of them putting together some dangerous opportunities, Mr. Tate.
Yeah, Ryan Mine will be much happier with this second half display. It's been played right in front of him in this left-hand half of your screen. North Carolina really struggling to get the ball into Alex Anderson Jr. into that final third, and see it again. Good pressure from Loudoun.
eFootball is here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. The download from WakeMed Soccer Park, First Horizon Stadium, is North Carolina FC with an opening goal. DaCosta with a nutmeg and a perfect pass to Rafa Mensingen. But then the answer from Abakura in the first half, and that's where we are, 1-1. Good hustle, working his way back is Giannis Learman, who will give it to Hugo Farou. Once again, it finds the feet of Florian Below, and he is in. McGuire's in trouble, dropped over, and a perfect pass and a perfect finish, as it's now 2-1, and the finish coming from the newest player in there, as it's Riley Baidoa, and it's 2-1 Loudoun United.
It's great play from Loudoun. The press was on from North Carolina, but Abakura, I think, gets all the credit from me. Erlinson plays into him. It's a first time round the corner pass into Velo, who releases Ben Mines. The two substitutes combining here. Mines rolls it across the 6-yard on a plate, and Baidoa is not going to miss from there. Thank you very much. Connor Donovan asking for the flag of the referee, but from my viewpoint, mine was onside. I think it was Washington maybe at the bottom of your screen that was playing him on. Just a great move from Loudoun. They've been much better playing under pressure and combining. Abukura, the architect for me in that goal. It was his pass that found Velo, and then it was on from there.
Touch to DaCosta. Back over to Mentz again. Picked up by Peru. Ezra Armstrong getting ready to make his debut in 2025 after a stellar season last year in his first season for North Carolina FC. Playing left wing back, but showing incredible attacking abilities, and for me, showing next level abilities. A guy that I gotta believe some next level teams, either in MLS or even overseas, took a look at. But he was signed for that 2-year deal, and he's back, and I think North Carolina FC will be better for it this season. Here's Colin Martin, slides it out to Rafa. Oh, wow. If DaCosta keeps his run going to that far post, he has a tap in.
Yeah, positive response from North Carolina. Ezra Armstrong, as you said, had a really good season last year. Real bright spark for them, one of the stronger performers on the team. Just picked up a broken foot at the end of the season, and I think that really hampered his progress and opportunities maybe in the off-season, but North Carolina need to get him back firing and fit, because he's a real strong component to this back three system when he's scampering up and down that left-hand side.
Loudoun United FC. Looks like Ryan Martin's got a decent team here. Started the season winning at Birmingham, who, as I mentioned, up their budget quite a bit. Flag is up offside, 66th minute.
And he returned 16 of those players from last year. Said he had one of the best team dynamics and chemistries amongst that group. So returning 16 players and then adding some positive additions. Continue to move the group in the right direction.
So DaCosta will make way for Conway, which is part of the plan, and Ezra Armstrong will come on for Perez. 2025 season tickets are on sale now. Members enjoy flexible ticket exchanges, 20% off all merch, that's cool, in-stadium priority access, exclusive experiences, and so much more. To learn more about season ticket memberships, visit northcarolinafc.com/season tickets. Certainly would like to see a lot more of you out here to see what is just one level behind. It's Division II soccer. It's big-time soccer, and multiple times these teams will beat MLS teams in the Open Cup. Conway dropped it off to Martin. Probably could have taken a shot, maybe with his off foot, but sent back around. I'm guessing he wanted it back on his right was the deal why he pushed it.
I don't know, when you're running that speed and there's bodies, but that's the impact Evan Conway can have straight away, that injection of energy and pace. DaCosta's just been well chaperoned the second half. I think McCabe almost went and man-marked him in the second half and didn't really get to have the impact that he had in the first half. So, as you said, plan change. Conway comes in and he's got 30 minutes to show that energy and enthusiasm.
There's Conway to Maldonado. He gets it back to Rafa. He's the goal scorer. Here's Olex Anderson Jr. Olex Anderson Jr. will be heading to international duty next week. And he gets bumped to the ground, doesn't get the whistle. They'll also lose Jaden Cervania next week. And I feel like there's one more player that'll be on international duty.
I think Patrick Berner got called up for Martinique. That's the one I saw recently, Dean.
Okay. Raheem Summersaw got called up, but has elected to stay here and continue to try to climb the ladder. I mean, Summersaw at one point was a regular starter.
Yeah, it doesn't help you if you're going away to represent your country and you're on the outside looking in. It doesn't really, as much as it's nice and It's a privilege to represent your country. It doesn't help you here when you're trying to get in and break into the first team. So maybe there'll be some opportunities with absentees that he wants to take full advantage of.
Sundstrom, push from behind, gets the whistle.
A club versus country battle that we see all the time.
Rafa dropping it back to Washington. We'll get it all the way back to Jake McGuire. Tim Wolfqueen on the bench as the backup this game. The Irish Ninja, Kira Fitzgerald, for the first game. And with absolutely zero power and probably less power every day, I continue to pine for the Irish Ninja to get one more start for North Carolina FC at some point. So good for the Carolina Railhawks. And he's going to be so good for North Carolina FC and probably NCFC Youth as well, as somebody that is going to be big time respected, and particularly in the world of goalkeeping, where you can't always find somebody with that kind of experience to be a top leader of goalkeepers. Although Akira strikes me as a guy who can turn himself into a head coach. He knows the game so well.
Well said. Not one of Conor Donovan's best moments there. A little frustration from him. Let a one-goal lead go and now trail with 20 minutes to go. Once again, Loudoun coming from behind. They trailed after the second minute at Birmingham last week and came back and scored 3 goals. And today they've got 2. So showing character, showing quality.
John Bradford not done bringing in attacking players. Got a couple of rookies who made their pro debut. Luckhurst, the former Duke star, who had a great preseason, scoring 4 goals in the preseason for North Carolina FC. His dad, a former NFL kicker. He's got the red mop and a knack for scoring goals. Looking to come in. Ahmad El Kwak, also potentially somebody that John Bradford might look for help to find that equalizer. Kwak with the Tar Heels. What a basketball game that was last night. Semis in Charlotte for the ACC Championship. Duke and North Carolina, round 3. Duke up by 24 with 12 minutes to go, and North Carolina rallied all the way back. 2 free throws with 4 seconds left. Missed the first, made the second, but a rare call, an infraction, as Tar Heel leaned into the paint too early. Heartbreak City. Lex Anderson Jr. tries to curl one around. But like Andrew Tate, you've been around long enough where you know it's kind of a big deal, ACC basketball around here.
Yeah, absolutely, Dean. I was enjoying that story because I actually didn't know what happened. So I was hanging on tenterhooks there, Dean.
Dude, it was crazy. They were down 24, getting smoked, and Duke was without 2 of their top players, so it was double embarrassing. And then North Carolina fought all the way back and had a chance to win it, down 1 with 2 free throws. Missed the first, makes the second, but he headed into the paint. One of the teammates a step too early. They waved it off. The crazy thing was that was with 4.5 seconds left. They foul Duke. This one will come across to Rafa. Duke makes both of them. They call timeout, 2.5 seconds left, and after all that, the Tar Heels still had a chance to tie it at the end of the game, but missed their 3 as Al Kwak and Luckhurst getting ready to come in. That was a pretty good breakdown of that game, I think. Andrew, if I don't say so myself.
I didn't see the game, but it sounded fantastic. So, full credit to you. Is that Olex going off? I saw the hands go up in frustration. Yeah.
And Sylvania as well.
Trying to figure out the board, yeah.
So Luckhurst and Al Kwak out.
Olex frustration.
Substitution for Loudoun United in the 74th minute.
He obviously thinks he can go another 15 plus. John Bradford makes the tough call that he has to do every week, which is when you're bringing subs on, who you're taking off.
Maldonado with a long throw in, and he'll have another one. So Anderson Jr. with his hands in the air. Now his head is shaking. He is giving us a lot of entertainment on not only scoring goals, but on being pulled. Walks by John Bradford, takes a seat. A little flick there from Donovan, but called for a push from behind. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights. Plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the new Sirius XM app. Alongside Andrew Tate, I'm Dean Linke. Delighted to be with you. North Carolina FC with a goal early to Costa. Nutmeg, squared ball perfectly to Rafa Mensingen. In fact, angled back right into his run, and he hammered it home. But the answer coming from Loudoun United FC as their man up top, Abukura, who now has 2 goals and an assist. He gets one, and then off the bench, Riley Baidoa. He hadn't even been on very long, had he, when he scored what would be the game winner right now.
Yeah, and Mines as well with the assist.
Mines as well.
Yeah,
okay.
so the head coach Ryan Martin's 2 subs making the impact that you hope for. And John Bradford will be hoping his 2 subs here can make the same.
Maldonado with a chance to switch it to Rafa. Rafa. For a quick bounce, he runs it down anyway. So now Rafa with his left foot sends it over Conway to the far side to Ezra Armstrong. And Ezra Armstrong makes an impact right away as he'll earn a corner kick. North Carolina FC. Ezra, who had some pretty cool hairdos over the last year and a half, and had a pretty cool one literally right before the first game, but he's buzzed it all off and is looking clean and fresh out there, looking like his dad, Desmond Armstrong. That one's sending across top of the 18. Martin pings it around, and Martin pulled down in the penalty box. Slide coming from deep and knocked out of bounds by Rafa.
Some appeals for a penalty there. Colin Martin trying to jump over the Loudoun player that was on the ground, and you see it again here. Ball bounces around, jumps up, tries to get over him. I don't think there's any attempt from the Loudoun player. I think it's a harsh call if he called a penalty, but I can understand why North Carolina fans are asking the question. Oh, what a ball from Faroux. Wow.
Incredible. Donovan's got a hustle. He's knocked to the ground. Loudoun United FC stays with it. Still loose. Donovan stays down. It rattles the post. That's twice the post has saved the day for North Carolina FC. And it's going to stay with Loudoun United. Donovan never got back up after sliding in, and he made a long run to get back. And those are the kind of runs early season where you can 100% tweak a part of your body that you do not want to tweak. I mean, could be anything. Hammy, groin situation, calf, could be just cramps. But it was an urgent run made by him.
Yeah, we're just seeing that unbelievable pass from Hugo Faroux. It was just a line drive. Barely got off the ground, but right through the middle of the North Carolina spine. And then you see the effort from Ben Mines. He can't quite believe it. On his left foot, put it exactly where he wanted. Donk off the post back.
That's a pretty good donk.
This pitch team, when you say it looks so great, I want to get out there and play. When I look at Connor Donovan now in agony with cramp, I want to play on this pitch, but I want to play in like a 5x5 square in the corner.
Fair enough, sir.
I'll run around all day long in that 5 yard, but I do not want to make the 100-yard sprints that you got to do. Just the pace of the game these days is just, it's frightening.
Don't let him fool you. The man runs a marathon or two every year.
Run's a very generous word, Dean. Plods.
Whatever, dude. The fact that you're doing that is just fantastic. I think it's awesome. 79th minute. Martin. Oh, they could maybe play advantage, as Elquak did well to deal with that effort from Martin, and Martin has been really good tonight as well. There's Ezra Armstrong. Gonna have to shake off a little bit of rust, as he was held to limited time in the preseason because he was recovering from what I think was a small fracture in his foot. He told me, and the coaching staff knew it as well, he could have played last week, but safety first, give it one more week to heal. And now here he is. Can he run this one down? He can. Ezra Armstrong, left foot. Sent right back where it came from, but it will be a throw in for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, for a second I thought I was going to see Ezra Armstrong not get on the end of a through ball, which would have shown me some real rust in there, but showing exactly what he's great at there, which is scampering onto those through balls. And I felt he could have maybe taken an extra touch there and let the runs develop, but it's a decent ball nonetheless. Keeps North Carolina on the front foot.
He had plenty of points last year. Probably could have had double with the opportunities he created. But when he tucks it inside and he gets inside the 18, and if his accuracy is on, he can absolutely hammer it side netting with that left foot across the goal. Witnessed that a couple times last year, and a few times where he missed, but very, very close.
Yeah, last season 5 goals, 6 assists in 32 appearances. He was a real creative spark for them and down that left-hand side. A lot of the good work came through him.
Sundstrom will get a yellow card. Second minute.
A yellow card has been issued to NCFC number 66, Finn Sundstrom in the 81st minute.
So the announcer confirming the yellow to Sundstrom. I cannot remember if he got a yellow in game 1.
I think he did.
Okay.
I seem to recall him getting the yellow. I'll check that for you.
82nd minute. Middle of the park. Moses Nyman, number 8, out there for Ryan Martin's Loudoun United FC. Ryan Martin Jr., for the most part, oh, now he's going to stand up and maybe look down to see what he's got. And tell you what, he's owned the look, the hat with the sport jacket. He's owned it.
Ryan's always had a unique fashion sense. But I'll give it to him. That's his style. You know, if I wore that, Dean, I would look ridiculous. But he can pull it off.
I guess. Jay Martin may be listening. Sorry, Jay. I don't know if I'm totally sold on the hat and jacket, but he's owned it. You know what? If you own it, you got it. As far as I'm concerned, that's the best way to say it, right? And he's owned it.
There it is again below.
Long ball through from the goalkeeper. Washington 1v1 defending with help from Rafa. Knocked out of bounds, 83rd minute. North Carolina FC tied game number 1 here against the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So Paco Craig's going to come in. He's got a new number. So Donovan, who got hurt earlier and got a card, will hand the captain's armband to Craig. So Craig's going to come in. We'll see if they slide Washington over. They do. So Washington will go on the center side. Paco will stay on the right side. Sundstrom on the left side of that three-back system with Rafa Mensigan as the right wing back, Ezra Armstrong as the left wing back. Loudoun looking for a whistle against North Carolina FC, doesn't get it, and then a foul comes in, and a yellow card is issued to Baidoa, who has what is the game winner right now.
Yeah, Loudoun not happy. They felt there was an earlier foul on McCabe, so they were upset with that, and then to get a yellow card for one of their players adds insult to injury.
A yellow card has been issued to Loudoun United in the 85th minute on number 15, Riley Bidouin.
Rafa Mensigan. Maldonado to Ezra Armstrong. Ezra mishit that one.
An ambitious cross from there.
Ezra Armstrong's family now living in Tennessee, but he played quite a bit in North Carolina. Still lists Gastonia, North Carolina as his hometown. Gastonia not too far from Charlotte. I did a two-day shift in Charlotte, Thursday and Friday. A couple of business meetings and then a nice dinner with my oldest son and his longtime girlfriend. That was always fun. That came after a 3-day visit with my youngest son out at the University of Oregon Law School, which was pretty awesome to see him, although he's just coming off Achilles surgery, and that just is brutal. That injury just, I hurt for him.
Yeah, you wouldn't wish that on your worst enemy, would you?
No, especially my youngest son, who basketball is his life, and he did it playing basketball. Sliding out of bounds will be a throw-in. Paco Craig. Martin. Turns out to be a pretty good touch to Conway. Oh, Conway waited way too long to touch that back. When he did touch it, though, what a brilliant touch it was. He had broken through there.
Full credit to Loudoun. They've managed the second half really well. I don't think Farouz really had a save to make in the second half.
Luckhurst thought he had won it back. Brilliant red mop from Luckhurst. Adam Luckhurst in his first year. The son of Mick Luckhurst, who is a fellow Englishman. I say fellow to Andrew Tate. But he was a big-time American football place kicker, as he had a successful run in the NFL, and he was one of the earliest British-born players in NFL history. Played his entire career with the Atlanta Falcons. Did Luckhurst's dad. He made 115 field goals in 164 attempts. That's over 70%. That's pretty good. Did you know he was an English lad?
I didn't know. Okay. That's really cool. There's a lot of that now. They talk about Harry Kane, who's the current England captain. He's got a big affinity towards NFL, and the appreciation for American football in England continues to grow. It's really interesting to see the game grow there. Like the way soccer growing here, the NFL love grows there. And I think Harry Kane has talked of him when he hangs up his boots from playing professional soccer that he may come and be a kicker in the NFL. So following the shoes of Mr. Luckhurst himself.
There you go. Yeah, the Falcons had a run where they had Luckhurst and Morton Anderson Jr. It might have been in opposite order. I can't really remember, but I threw the junior on there just because of Alex Anderson. But
that's a coincidence.
Morton Anderson, I don't know if he has a junior on his name, but he was great. And then Luckhurst was great. 89th minute. Looking for Luckhurst. Craig getting really close to finding out how much townproperties.com extra time we're going to have. A little bit of slip in the 18 as it's lost on the far side and knocked away as we're approaching extra time. North Carolina FC family.
Great endeavor and energy from Luckhurst and Alquac. They just haven't really had the service, the opportunities to make a mark, and their 2 appearances so far off the bench. What it would be great, what it would mean to these fans if they could get something here and get another point. Such a positive first half for North Carolina. But massive credit and respect for Loudoun once again, coming from behind to get 2 goals, and right now well on the way to 3 points, and I couldn't argue with them deserving it.
Fans, the 4th official has indicated that
they managed their way back from a really poor opening 30 minutes.
Presented by Town Properties.
You just heard the PA announcer say the 4th officials indicated that there will be a minimum of 4 minutes of added time presented by Town Properties, TOWNE, properties.com. So 4 minutes. It has been a heady week for John Bradford, emotional week, as his mom passing away this morning. John Bradford actually with his mom all week, so not always at practice, but that's why he's got a great coaching staff in communication with all of them. And her wishes, as well as his father's wishes, were for him to be on the bench. I say all that because obviously it would have been one of those special stories to get a win in those conditions. But
yeah, it's not easy managing a football team and leading a group and at the best of times, and then you throw in the struggles and challenges that the Bradford family are having now. It's tough times. That's when football can be a great escape, and for a moment there it looked like it was going to be the perfect performance, and they've battled, they've scrapped, and maybe a bit more clinical in that first half. They could have been 2 or 3 goals ahead. Probably should have been. Fallow getting some treatment now as he sits on the turf. He's had a good game.
He's had a great game. Farouk, he spends a lot of time coming over to the bench, get from Ryan.
Yeah, Farouk, the Frenchman, 28 years old. His 3rd year with the club. Made 34 appearances last season. He was with the Battery before that. You know, Ryan Martin was really happy with him to build on a really good season last year.
So coming on for Below, had a brilliant game, is number 99, Christian Sordo, which I think is the final move that Ryan Martin can make. And he does it in townproperties.com added time. It's going to be with North Carolina FC. Can they find some late game heroics here? Paco Craig under pressure hits it out of bounds. It'll come back to North Carolina, to Loudoun United rather. My apologies. Long throw. Off the head of Perez. Then Craig. Seeing Ryan Martin down there. I think, and I don't know what situation, I think his dad is still doing the United Soccer Coaches Soccer Journal, maybe in a different version. I may be wrong on that, and it may be something that he'll add to his retirement checklist, because that's got to be, I mean, it's a labor of love, but it's got to be a ton of work. But he's been doing it since, and Jay's probably listening, like, if not the early 2000s, maybe even the late 90s. I mean, that's how long he's been doing the Soccer Journal, which is a staple for an association that's been around 80-plus years. Here's Ezra Armstrong. Ezra Armstrong! Right to the goalkeeper. I thought that was it. Andrew Tate thought that was the equalizer.
So did I. Good start for opportunities in that attacking third, and great ball in behind for Ezra Armstrong, who gets behind Tingy. And he's just caressing the ball there. He just flicks it with his right foot, looking for Luckhurst or Conway there. But Farouk was well positioned and plucked it out of the air. I think that'll do it, Dean.
1-0 lead early for North Carolina FC, but Loudoun United looking to start their season 2-0. Both games would be come from behind victories, which is massive. And both games on the road, Andrew.
Yeah, come from behind victories on the road. Your first 3 games away from home. They're going to go to Louisville next weekend, which most people would say, you know, we'll struggle to get anything there. But they go into it with 6 points, full of confidence, and most likely top of the league. But it's not done yet, and this is the last throw of the dice for North Carolina. A Mikey Maldonado free kick.
Good term, last throw of the dice here. Added time, Maldonado headed away by Loudoun United FC. Looks like the referee's going to let him send one more ball in. Why not? And that's going to do it, I think. As it's going to come to Loudoun United FC. So a little bit of heartbreak, because once again, our deepest sympathies, love, and admiration go to John Bradford and the John Bradford family. The passing of his mother, Ann, this morning. And that is going to do it. Your final score, Loudoun United FC 2, North Carolina FC 1.
Your final score tonight is Loudoun United 2 and CFC 1.
All right, we're going to step aside and come back and wrap things up. As you saw the exchange there with John Bradford, it's Loudoun United FC 2, North Carolina FC 1. We're back to wrap it up from Cary, North Carolina.
With a family like that to take care of, the two of you have your hands full. At WakeMed Urgent Care, we're everywhere you are, so getting the care they need when they need it couldn't be more convenient. Soccer star? Easy. Kids? Covered. The twins? Done. Aches and pains? Virtual urgent care to the rescue. So download the WakeMed All Access app today and take care of everyone in the family, including the two of you.
Beautiful night in Cary, North Carolina. First Horizon Stadium, WakeMed Soccer Park. But it's Loudoun United FC already becoming kind of the cardiac kids to start. And congratulations to Loudoun United FC as they win it 2-1 and take 3 points on the road. Thanks for watching on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.